Hello everybody, it's Army48 here and welcome back to another Star Wars video. Today we are going over Bad Batch Season 2. Really enjoyed Season 1 and we are moving straight forward into Season 2, which is also in 19 BBY. We're still in the year of not Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. I believe Season 3 is actually the next year in 18, but I might be wrong on that. I'll have to double check that when it does officially come out. We start with Episode 1, Spoils of War. The Bad Batch get into trouble trying to steal loot from Dooku's home on Sereno while the Empire is also looting. I'll say I think Season 2 overall was more consistent with their episodes than Season 1. There weren't as many, the highs weren't as high as Season 1's first episode, but the lows I think weren't as low. It was a more consistent show, even though Season 1 was already more consistent for me than Clone Wars. Episode 2, Ruins of War. With the help from a local, the Bad Batch escapes Sereno. The Admiral covers up the fact that Bad Batch were involved because he claimed he had killed them on Kamino and did not want Tarkin to know that he didn't. Episode 3, The Solitary Clone. Desix wants to remain independent. The Imperial Governor was arrested. Crosshair, who had been left on Kamino for 32 days, was sent to Desix under Commander Cody's command. He's back. Nice to see him. Their ship is shot down upon arrival. Some of the squad survived, including Cody and Crosshair. Unsurprisingly, the people with names survived the crash. Cody did not want to kill the governor after she agreed to hand over the prisoners peacefully. The Imperial governor did order that the local governor was killed. Crosshair killed her, and the Empire took control of the planet. After the mission, Cody goes AWOL. Episode 4, Faster. Tech wins a riot race, which is basically pod racing with blasters, to clear Sid's debt. Hunter and Echo are not involved in this episode, so that's interesting. It's also basically just a pod race episode. That's all it is, really. It was interesting, but not very important. Episode 5, Entombed. Bad Batch join Fee, a pirate, on a treasure hunt to an unknown planet. They get split up by an animal attack followed by a cave-in. Hunter, Fee, and Omega are in one trio with Tech, Echo, and Wrecker in the other. The group reunites and finds the Heart of the Mountain, which is a crystalline treasure from before the time of the Jedi. Taking the heart unleashes a massive thing. I don't know. It looked like it was four-legged. It looked like it could be an animal, but it wasn't natural. It was stone made, and it shot a big blue laser. They put the heart back in, destroying the heart and the walker. Episode 6, Tribe. Bad Batch rescue a Wookiee Jedi from the Vanguard, which is a droid smuggling group. They return him to Kashyyyk, where Trandoshans are using Imperial weapons against the Wookiees. They defeat a group of them and find the Wookiee village. Trandoshans are working with stormtroopers. They find lightsaber damage and search for the Jedi. Bad Batch help the Wookiees defend their village from the Empire. This was a really neat episode. It encompassed a lot. We got to see some Wookiees. I remember that Jedi Padawan from Clone Wars. Can't tell you what he did in Clone Wars, but he was definitely there. It was a well done episode. Episode 7, The Clone Conspiracy. Clone is killed for trying to expose Admiral Rampart. Rex saves Senator Tucci from assassination for trying to expose Rampart. Episode 8, Truth and Consequences. Rex called Bad Batch to help acquire proof that Kamino was bombed, not destroyed by a storm. Omega joins Tucci in the Senate while the rest of Bad Batch and Rex go after the proof. Omega meets Senator Bail Organa. Bad Batch steal data, proving Kamino was not an accident. The proof is given to the Senate. Rampart is arrested, and Palpatine decommissions the clones for their blind following of orders, which is what they had ordered them to do anyway, so that's great. And this ushers the start of the Imperial Stormtrooper program. Echo leaves the Bad Batch to help Rex in the fight against the Empire to help the clone brothers. Episode 9, The Crossing. While on a mining mission, the Bad Batch's ship gets stolen. The squad is dealing with mission struggles without Echo, and Sid is essentially refusing to help them in this, as she did send them on this mission. Episode 10, Retrieval. The Bad Batch steal their ship back and free miners from enslavement. That's really all that happened. It was like a 20-minute episode. Not a whole lot happened for a lot of it. I mean, you had to explain the story a bit, but not a lot of action, not a lot of excitement. It was a well-done episode, but not a lot of action. Episode 11, Metamorphosis. We're going with that. Bad Batch go to scavenge a downed Imperial research ship and let loose a dangerous, large beast. It fed off the power grid and has grown. 3 Imperial Venators have arrived. The Empire recaptures the beast and arrests the villagers. Which was confusing to me at the start, but it gets explained. The Bad Batch escape. The villagers were arrested because no one should know that the beast was a Zillo beast. Is being worked on by the Empire, which is a beast from the Clone Wars that had attacked Coruscant, and Palpatine had wanted to start secretly researching and cloning, so it appears that they have indeed been doing that. It will be interesting to see if at any point there is mention of them actually trying to utilize the Zillo beast, which actually gives me a terrifying thought of Season 3 of The Bad Batch. They might have to fight a clone army of Zillo beasts. That could be bad. Episode 12, The Outpost. Crosshair is sent to reinforce an outpost on a snow planet. I can't remember the name of the planet. It's not Hoth, but it has snow. Crosshair kills the lieutenant that let a clone die and is arrested by stormtroopers and brought to the new Imperial cloning facility. Episode 13, Pabu. Bad Batch arrive on Pabu, an island for refugees, just in time for half of the island to be damaged by a storm surge. Omega has found a friend in the mayor's daughter, and Bad Batch has decided to stay and help the island rebuild. They also helped the island actually survive the storm. Episode 14, Tipping Point. Echo and other clones free clones from an Imperial prison ship. Senator Tucci meets with the recently freed clones. Crosshair escapes interrogation to send a message and is recaptured. Echo meets with Bad Batch on Pabu to get help decrypting files on where clone prisoners are being taken. Episode 15, The Summit. The Bad Batch goes to an Imperial summit on Eridu and plants a tracking beacon on the lead scientist's ship. Saw Gerrera is also there and bombs the site, destroying the ship and the beacon. Gerrera and his soldiers escape Eridu. Bad Batch is still on planet but out of the base. Episode 16, Plan 99. Tech sacrifices himself to allow the rest of the Bad Batch to escape. This is what I said in Season 1 at some point. You get attached to these characters because it's so much more consistent than the Clone Wars. You actually get these characters. You get the same group of people for 31 episodes. And then in episode 32, they're like, nope, we're killing one off. He's gone. Dead. Great. Thank you very much. Now I gotta wait for Season 3 to see how this continues. It's the worst part about catching up with stuff. Then you gotta wait for it. At least when I was behind on things, I still had more episodes to watch. Now that's the most fresh thing in my mind, is just Tech dying. Awesome. Sid alerts the Empire of Bad Batch's location upon return. Omega is taken, and the rest of Bad Batch are able to escape, but she is taken to that same cloning facility that Crosshair was being held on. I really enjoyed this. I think it's still going to stay below Clone Wars, but a good Season 3, which is the final season of Bad Batch, I think could propel it above the Clone Wars. We'll have to wait and see what the new season brings. Let me know your thoughts on Season 2 and what you're looking forward to in the soon-to-come Season 3. thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.